where you are,
Like
it's
I
live.
said, there'll be a little bit of a delay, so you should see it here momentarily.
Yeah, because all I'm seeing right now is your Strife Eclipse followers, 81 views, 1,688. And then unfollow, which I don't have that clicked because I don't want to unfollow you. And then past broadcasts and popular clips.
Alright, try backing out of mine.
Okay, back out of it. Okay.
And then once you're backed out, try going back in because I am streaming live now.
Okay. There we go. And I just need to click on it, right?
Yep. And
I just need to click on it, right?
Yep. Make sure you adjust your volume on your TV, otherwise your microphone's going to pick up everything on your TV too.
Well, I don't have any TVs on other than I'm getting an ad right now.
Yeah. Yeah, which I'm clearly hearing, which everybody else will hear too.
And I don't know how to skip that anyway.
Yeah, it's advertisement thing, so it's got to be done. So once that's done, you're good.
Cool. And then I can go get me a cup of coffee.
Okay, so ad should be over. So like I said, you just want to make sure your volume on your TV is not too loud, so your microphone on your laptop or whatever doesn't pick us up twice.
Okay, so I need to turn it down some.
Okay, so that should be over. So like I said,
no, I don't want to turn that down.
Volume on your TV is not too loud, so your microphone on your laptop or whatever doesn't pick us up.
Are you picking that up?
Yep.
So I need to turn it down still?
Mm-hmm. Your TV is not too loud, so your microphone on your laptop.
How's that?
Pick us up.
Are you picking that up?
Yep.
So I need to turn it down still?
Mm-hmm.
How's that?
Your TV is not too loud. I'm still hearing it.
How's that? Better? I can mute it all together if you want.
If that works for you, you can do that. And my friend Strawberry Deathcake says, I'm here for Final Fantasy VIII and Mama Strife's birthday. Happy birthday!
Thank you!
So, alright, so looks like we got everything good to go here. We have hello and welcome everybody. Hello Rain, hello Strawberry. Welcome to Final Fantasy VIII special stream as chosen by my mom for her birthday. And we have the lucky pleasure of having my mom here today. So, hi Mom!
Hi everybody!
So, we are going to be doing a little bit of Final Fantasy VIII today as chosen by my mom, mainly because she wants to see the remastered graphics for the FF8 remaster. And
how come I don't have your picture?
Huh?
All I've got is a stream starting soon. I don't have you.
That's because I haven't switched it over yet.
Oh, okay.
This is usually what I have up there until I'm actually ready to jump into the game, just so this way.
Oh, okay.
So that's the reason why it says.
That, I'm gonna go get coffee.
All right. So, we have my mom in Discord. Yeah, that was fun getting that set up. And due to a little technical issue with my stream program, it took a second to actually get this going. So I apologize for the late start, but we are good. We are ready. My mom is here with us. We're going to be sharing stories about our love of Final Fantasy series, or 8 as a whole, while we play some Final Fantasy 8 and checking out some of the new games. I'm sorry, what?
We can share everything.
We could share everything, and if you guys got any question from my mom that you want to ask her, feel free to drop the question, and either she'll be able to see it or I can read it out to her, and you guys can actually interact with my mom. I will give you this piece of information right now. My mom is my biggest reason that I got into Final Fantasy VIII to begin with. As a child, I was not into role-playing games. I didn't like the turn-based. I liked the action stuff. So things like Metal Gear and Mario and Castlevania. Those games were my favorite games to play. Then, through the magic of Highlander, the TV series, and my mom actually showing me how to play RPGs, I actually got into them very, very much. So, my mom is here to chit-chat with us while checking out the game. And she is also here to chat with you people. So, like I said, nothing's really off limits. If you want to ask her anything about me or ask anything about her, don't get too personal, but she's here to answer.
Oh, they can get as personal as they want.
So, hello. So, we're going to go for a couple, 2-3 hours. And, main thing I'd like to get to, if at all possible for this, just to really show off everything, is I'd like to get through the CD exam that is early on in the game. So, here's the new home screen for Final Fantasy VIII Remaster. And here we go. Back when Square Enix was called Squaresoft. That takes you guys back. Yeah. I forget you, Young and Strawberry. Strawberry's just young enough to remember them only as Square Enix. She never knew them as Squaresoft.
Ah. Well, that definitely ages me now, don't it?
Well, I don't know. You played the original Final Fantasy 1 on Nintendo, so...
Yeah, that's true.
Weren't they... Back in the day when they came out, weren't they just labeled as Square?
I think so. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I have to actually look up my Nintendo to find out for sure.
Oh my god. Rain, you bastard.
Honey, you are definitely young considering I'm 65.
No, Rain. Well, Strawberry says what? I'm not young. I'm 26. And Rain just donated...
He's still a baby compared to you.
Yeah, Rain just donated some bits to me, which is basically Twitch currency that I can collect and actually convert that to money.
Oh, ain't that nice?
And he he donated 1,000 bits, which translates into $10 for the Mama birthday stream.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Alright, so, so yeah, my mom is 65 years old today, and one thing I can tell you about my mom is she's never been ashamed to tell you her age, because one of her favorite sayings is, "Honey, I have never been ashamed of my age. I've earned every damn year."
I worked hard for that age.
So there's a little fun fact about my mom. Alright, so let's while this goes on here, let's go ahead and ask this question. Let's go ahead and get this out there. My question for you, Mom, so you can get something out there for everybody watching. How did you even start playing Final Fantasy? Why did you start playing Final Fantasy on Nintendo of all other games you could play? Because you had Dragon Warrior.
I didn't start off with the Final Fantasy. My first role-playing game that I ever played was the Legend of Zelda. And then I got bored with that because your dad took it over and everything. So I said, okay, I need to find something else. I really like the role-playing games. That's when I started looking, and I picked up the Dragon Warrior. And I liked the play of it. I liked the fantasy of it. I love swords because I was very much into Highlander back then. And you were so tied up with Mario Brothers, I didn't have to worry about you taking my game and taking it away from me to where I couldn't play and everything. So it worked out that way, and I just fell in love with them. I ended up collecting all the Dragon Warriors, and then I moved into Final Fantasy. Actually, Tam was the one that gave me the first Final Fantasy, and I played it, and I liked it, and you liked it on the Super Nintendo, I think it was.
Super Nintendo, the first one I had access to was the Super Nintendo Final Fantasy II, which eventually became Final Fantasy IV for us in America.
Right. And you got involved in it, and then you just started playing it. And it wasn't until, 5 or 6 years ago that me and you decided to play?
It was back in 2006, I think it was.
Yep. You're right. It was. We were...
Mama Strife is a tad loud. Okay, let me go ahead and adjust her just a little bit.
We were at Willowbrook, weren't we?
No.
When we first started playing the games together?
When we first started playing the games together, we had just been flooded out of our home in that flash flood in Sun Valley that caused a whole bunch of damage to our trailer. And we were staying at the hotel that...
We did Final Fantasy 1 and 2. You did it on your Game Boy Advance, and I did it on the PlayStation 3.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got her volume adjusted, Strawberry. I hope that works out for you a little bit better. You were playing on your PlayStation 2 or 3 with your Final Fantasy Origins, so you could play on TV, and I was playing the Dawn of Souls Final Fantasy 1 and 2, which was the same game. It was just handheld on my Game Boy Advanced.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, so for anybody curious, here's the new control settings that they throw up here for playing this on PlayStation 4, since this obviously used to be a PS1 game. The interesting things that they actually did on this was, because of what the PS1 was able to do, you have your standard controls, but you now have access to the joysticks, which... For speedrunners who've really tried to get into this, they now have a what they call an in-game cheat system. By pushing in the left stick, the L3 button, you increase to a 3x speed, so everything will move faster. Map running, dialogue, it'll just move 3 times as fast. If you push
now, this is on PlayStation 4?
This is a digital copy for the PS4 that was re-released for. So,
with a year, I want one.
It's fairly cheap, so we'll work on that for you. R3.
Can I have it for Christmas?
We'll see what I can do. R3 kits in what I call the ultimate cheat system. It will instantly and infinitely keep your HP, your active time battle, and your limit break constantly full and spawning. And then if you push L3 and R3 at the same time, it just eliminates random encounters, so you can walk around without ever getting into a fight unless it's a scripted fight. So yeah.
Yeah, but you know me. I don't like to do that. I like to build up and get up to the highest level I can.
Yes, I know. So not only is this going to be a treat for you because you did play the original Final Fantasy VIII, so you kind of remember how the graphics were, so you're getting to see the difference. Strawberry has never played Final Fantasy VIII, so this is going to be a little bit of a first time with her. So, welcome to the opening cutscene.
Hey, next year I want Final Fantasy VII, the new version. Can we do this again next year?
We could try. That music. That music.
Yeah, I don't get to hear the music because I muted my TV so that you wouldn't hear it.
Well, I've got your volume on my end slightly adjusted, so you're not as loud, so maybe you might be able to get away with turning it up a little bit. And Strawberry says, I like your mama, Strife.
Yeah, I saw that. Thank you. Give me time and I'll get used to not yelling. I think that's probably why it got so loud, because I wasn't expecting it, because it's a little low here for me, and I've got my volume all the way up.
Yeah, this is why it's also good to use a headset. Because
yeah, but I didn't find one.
If you've got a headphone jack, I mean, yeah, it puts you on a limited range, but if you've got a headphone jack, you can even use a headset that's got a microphone. This way it's in your ears, so it shouldn't be hard to hear, and you can still talk. You would just
unfortunately, I don't have that one either.
Munbin, rally ho! But okay, that's not too bad. There might be a little bit of an echo. So, Strawberry's got a question for you.
There we go.
So, I don't know if you saw it, but Strawberry wants to know, what is your favorite Final Fantasy that you've played?
Oh, goodness. I'm gonna have to go with what my son was. I love Final Fantasy VII. But I think before Final Fantasy VII ever came out, my favorite was Final Fantasy 2 or 3. Which one looked like a movie? On Super Nintendo? Because that's when everything changed from the regular Nintendo. When it went to Super Nintendo, it looked like it was a movie.
If you're talking about Super Nintendo, the only ones we had access to was Final Fantasy 2 and 3, which was the Japanese version of what became our Final Fantasy 4 and 6. Final Fantasy 4 had Cecil and Kain. Final Fantasy 6 had Terra and Locke and everybody.
Terra and Locke. That was the first one that I remember. As far as the Super Nintendo went. So I think that would probably be, next to Final Fantasy VII, that would probably be my top favorite.
You just earned so much love from Rain. Because Final Fantasy VI is his hands down favorite Final Fantasy to date. Okay, so, Dr. Katawaki, how are you feeling? Okay, I guess, or my forehead hurts. Mom, this is your birthday stream. What do you think I should say?
Okay, I guess.
Okay. Take it easy next time, you hear? Looks like your eyes are focusing. You should be fine. Say your name for me. So just for the purposes of this, we're going to keep his name as Squall. Why don't you take it easy in training? Next time you might not be so lucky. Oh, Rain's getting so much hate right now. Tell that to Cypher. That Cypher won't listen to anyone.
You know, for the longest time, until me and Leland...
Whoopsie.
Sorry, until me and my son started playing the games, all the Final Fantasies from 1 all the way up, I refused to play Final Fantasy 9 because my husband, when he showed it to me, I thought it was on the Shining Force gameplay. And I would not play it. I had the game, but I would not play it. And then when me and my son started playing it, it was, I had fell in love with it. Not at first. It took me getting halfway through it before I did. But once I got through it, it's like, oh yeah, I love this game. But I can't say it's my favorite, though.
She definitely liked it a lot more than she thought she was going to. With Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII coming out, and they were more a little bit modern game timeline-wise, like the story. My dad was selling her hard on, I don't like the game because they went backwards with their storytelling and stuff, and their graphics, and it's too cartoony. So my mom was turned off to Final Fantasy IX. And then we actually played it, so this way she could say that she played it at least once. and about halfway through, she freaking fell in love with it. It's one of the first Final Fantasy games in a long time that I remember her saying, I would go back and play this anytime.
I still got to play Final Fantasy X.
All the way through.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten past where we stopped at.
We had just, when we were playing the HD remaster of Final Fantasy X, we had just gotten to the Calmlands. So, Keistis, come get your student.
Oh, but I saved a spot to go back and do that, where they do that ball thing.
The Blitz Ball.
Yeah, the Blitz Ball. I have still not beaten that, so I still got that file saved there, even though you went ahead.
Well, here's the worst part. If you've been noticing some of the chat comments, Strawberry says that she's an uncultured person because she's never played a Final Fantasy before Final Fantasy 13.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I've seen my son play Final Fantasy 13.
We were playing 13, and Strawberry has a request for me to actually stream play Final Fantasy 13.
No fair. Because I haven't played it yet.
Mumbin, to answer your question, is the roommate I live with, this is all his decoration, so the poster is his, not mine.
I'm going to have to get back to playing Final Fantasy X so I can catch up with you.
And here is the look that inspired a mini naughty teacher fantasy. Meet your instructor, and she uses a whip. Put 2 and 2 together, folks. I knew it'd either be you or Cypher. You stated on worst Final Fantasy game on the series. Come on, let's go. Today's the field exam. I don't know what... I think we can all agree Final Fantasy Mystic Quest was probably one of the worst Final Fantasies ever done.
What game system was that on?
It was a Super Nintendo release.
We never played that.
Yes.
I didn't know there was one named that.
Nobody played that game. It was that bad.
Oh, yeah, but you know me. I'll try anything at least once.
And yes, I did have to go there, Strawberry.
And Melvin is right. You did start on the too far in the Final Fantasy. You might end up not liking the others, especially the first one. Possibly even the second and third one.
Yeah.
Strawberry will probably not like any games up until 7 because of her starting with 13.
Yeah, there's that fact. So, one of the big noticeable differences for Final Fantasy VIII right off the bat is you can clearly see on the not CG rendered characters, you can actually see they have a face. It's not just some like badly drawn on face art that is too jumbled to read.
It's not blurry.
They actually have faces. Like even the NPCs have like legitimate faces. Good morning, class. Let's start with today's schedule. There seem to have been some rumors flying around since yesterday. Yes, the field exam for seed candidates will begin later this afternoon.
Strawberry needs to play Final Fantasy IV, but she also needs to play the Final Fantasy IV after years.
Yes. Those not participating and those who failed last week's written test are to remain here in study hall. Field exam participants will have free time until the exam. Just be sure you're in top condition. Meet in the hall at 1600 hours. I'll announce the team assignments there. Any questions? Oh, and Cypher. Do not injure your partner while training. Be careful from now on. Strawberry says she still appreciates turn-based games, so she might be able to enjoy it. field exam participants, I will see you all later.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back into. I want to try and do my Dragon War again. I wish they'd remake those in remastered versions and put them on PlayStation 4.
That is probably one thing you and Rain would definitely enjoy. He is a big fan of the Dragon Warrior games, but I don't know if he's played the original Dragon Warriors. I know he's played what they became later, the Dragon Quest games.
Yeah, I've gotten a couple of those games. I'm trying to get them all because I've got Dragon Warrior 1 through 4 for the Nintendo.
Rain says he's played them all, so yes, he's got that reach.
But it's like, what? I got Dragon Quest 8. And Dragon Quest Heroes. Those are the only Dragon Quest after the Dragon Warrior games. Oh no, I got Dragon Warrior 7.
Okay, so I don't know if you've been noticing, but Rain says, hell yeah, Dragon Warrior / Quest. He's played them all, and his very first Dragon Warrior was Dragon Warrior 3, to which Strawberry, who has been starting to stream Dragon Quest, just said, wait. Dragon Warrior was once Dragon Quest?
No, Dragon Quest was once Dragon Warrior. and I assume Dragon Quest Swords must be number 6. So I gotta get 5.
You haven't been to the Firing Cavern yet, have you? You won't be able to take part in today's CD exam if you don't pass the prerequisite. I was gonna go this morning, but Cypher... do you have a good excuse? Not really. Then let's get going. If you're not too confident yet, you can review your studies at the study panel. I'll be waiting at the front gate, so come down when you're ready. You can access the study panel from your seats, which we've already done to get our hands on our first 2 summons of the game. Strawberry says that she now must get her hands on them. I'm late! What is this, the White Rabbit? Bam!
I tell you what, if I could guarantee I'd get them back, considering they're so expensive, I'd let you borrow my first 4. But they are so hard to get. They were hard even when they first came out to get hold of.
I just transferred here. Do you think you could give me a quick tour of the garden? I don't have the time. Oh, bummer. That's too bad. I wouldn't mind helping her, but I'm kind of trying to keep this time limit down, so I'm going to avoid that for now. And this is where we get our introduction to Triple Triad. Or at the very least, we get the cards to play Triple Triad. And there is a trophy for that, and oh my god, I still remember the nightmare of trying to get all the cards when we played this.
Oh, yes, that was so much fun. I loved it, though.
Oh, it was so annoying because, like, the game itself, like, the rules kind of sucked and I hated it, but the worst part was trying to get all the cards from the Queen of Cards side quest, because in order to get some cards to appear, you had to lose a specific card to have her create the card you were wanting to get, and then you'd have to, get the new card from her, and then go get the card you lost back from the person she traded it to for the inspiration. So you had to go basically win 2 cards back. One back and one for whatever.
You know, Strawberry, you could probably... I've got a Retro 3 that plays Sega, Super Nintendo, and regular Nintendo.
Okay.
So if you find a regular Nintendo system, you could probably get that, and that would play it for you, and they're fairly cheap.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you the choice here, Mom.
Okay.
Since we're gonna be having 2 party members and I only have 2 summons, who would you give to Squall? Would you give Quizzicato or Shiva to Squall if you were playing right now?
Oh, you know I love Shiva. I would go with Shiva. I I adore Shiva, so I would give Squall Shiva.
Yeah, Shiva is one of my favorite GFs, or one of my favorite summons ever. Alright, so we gotta get Boost going. Let's see, I don't think I even have the system to play the first 4 Dragon Warrior games. We don't have that system anymore, but we used to have all the Nintendo consoles. I do know that there are emulators you can download for your laptop that would allow you to play them. Synthric would be your best go-to for that one. He knows more about emulators than I, but I do know there's one that you can download for... Well, you don't have a computer, so that might hurt.
But you don't know if they got Dragon Warriors on the computer or for a PC.
Yeah, there is that.
Right. It's not like Final Fantasy where they did do some of them on the PC. Not the early versions, but from Final Fantasy VII on, I think, are on the computer.
I probably do, just gotta look for it. So, here's one nice little thing that you can already clearly see. The map, in comparison to the original Final Fantasy VIII, already looks so much cleaner. Like, it doesn't look as grainy.
Pretty!
So, just as a, a prep to kind of help me out, we're gonna do a couple battles to draw some magic. And this way you can see the smoothness of the in-game, the fight graphics.
Is Strawberry in the United States or in Canada?
She's in the United States.
On East Coast or West Coast?
I think West Coast.
So your coast.
Rain is in Canada.
Oh, okay. She's neither in... She says neither U.S. or Canada.
Oh, no. She's, meaning, time. She's on Central Time where she's located, so...
Oh.
She's, an hour ahead of me and 2 hours behind you.
That confuses me. You know that. That's like I'm directionally challenged. I'm time challenged.
No. Okay, so no. West Coast is 3 hours behind you. Mountain Time is 2 hours behind you. So, and Central is 1 hour behind you. So it's 1:08 for me right now. It's 2:08 for Rain, 3:08 for Strawberry, and 4:08 for you.
She says it's 3 here.
Yeah, I said it's 3:08.
And I've got 10 after 4.
So this is the one thing that not a lot of people had trouble figuring out with Final Fantasy VIII was the draw and junction system that Final Fantasy VIII had.
Yes, that was a royal pain to figure out.
Yeah, you could only have a certain number of spells, but you had to draw them. But the good news is, like, once you figured it out, like, you got the best thing going here, because you could, if you could get your hands on the spell, you could boost your stats crazy.
Hello. I'm on the phone with your son. I didn't call you. Okay. Okay, well, sorry, bye.
So, and this was also one of the first Final Fantasies that introduced the level up system for enemies. Enemies could level up along with you, so this way you still had a challenge when playing the game. There was never any area you could walk through and feel safe. Oh, this area's got weak enemies. No, they could still get up to your level. And this is one of the first Final Fantasies that I can recall that actually, first and only Final Fantasy that allowed you to go to level 100 instead of level 99.
Yes. I thought for sure telling your dad that I would be on the phone with you for 2 to 3 hours. He wouldn't call me. He called me. Daggone it.
You didn't tell him noon your time, did you? Or did you tell him noon my time?
I told him 3.
I could try and turn the game down. I don't know how well this is going to mess anything up, though.
Why is it too loud?
Strawberry asked if I could turn it down a little, so I'm going to try.
Okay.
Yeah, there are some things I can change while streaming, but there are some things that if I try and change it while streaming, it'll crash my stream. Which is what happened to me when I tried to do that stream with
suck is the fact that you're doing this for my birthday, and you're not gonna play it again to finish the game.
No, I will.
Oh.
I'm gonna come back and redo this one. But I'm just kind of doing something special for you for this one, and then I'm going to be starting with Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Okay, and that comes out next month, right?
April 10th. My TV is muted. Well, okay, sorry. Not quite muted. Yeah, if he doesn't, I'll just beg him to play it, Strawberry says.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to watch this Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Well,
saw so much on the trailers.
What I want to do is, I'm hoping that maybe once 7 Remake comes out, I can do a 7-day. And then also I want to try and do like an old school day where I can do like the original 7 and 8 and 9, and also maybe try and switch in for Final Fantasy 13 as well, because Strawberry really wants me to play that one as well.
Yeah, you know what? If you had given me the choice, I would have said do 12, because I want to see that game. So you're eventually going to have to do 12 for me.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have access to a playable copy of 12 because the only copy of 12 I have is for PS2. I know they did a re-release of 12, but...
They did?
They did a re-release of Final Fantasy 12 for PS4.
Really? Well, now I know what I can get you for Christmas.
Alright, so we got at least enough fire spells for now. So...
You realize you've already created a Christmas wish list for me. Because I want this Final Fantasy VIII, and I want the Final Fantasy Remake. And now the Final Fantasy 12, now that I know it's out on PS4. Oh, heck yeah. And I'll sell my copies.
Okay, so now that we have some spell
I really
workage
like this
here,
remake of Final Fantasy VIII. Or remastered, or whatever you want to call it.
so we're gonna go kill hopefully at least one more enemy so I can get a few more spells and an item for Christus to help with her limit break. There he is.
The Switch is the one that I have not bought yet. I got every game console there is. The original versions, but I don't have Switch.
Squall's Limit Break is still probably one of my favorite LBs in the entire series, though, because it was one of the first LB's limit breaks that was interactive. Well, that and besides, and Zell's. Zell's was interactive as well.
I had a question for you and now I forgot.
And now, so here's a little notice here. Check this out. This is drawing and everything with regular speed of the game. So now I'm gonna turn on the 3 times speed.
Yes, I know you know how to type and spell.
How does that look for picking things up? For speed.
I like it. I like how fast it's moving. Well, not the enemy.
Slow that down, Strafe! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know your brain can only handle so much at once, Strawberry. I'm sorry.
We gotta figure out how we can play together again since you're in there on the West Coast and I'm here on the East Coast.
Well, you can always move here, but right now nobody's moving anywhere.
I don't think so. I've done the last move I'm ever gonna do, at least cross country. I'm too old to do it again.
You're finally there on that one.
It's too bad we can't offer suggestions and have them remake the first 6 games for the PlayStation 4.
Well, Square did say that depending on the success of the Final Fantasy VII Remake, they would contemplate remaking the other Final Fantasies.
Really?
Either Final Fantasy VII or 8. Final Fantasy 8 and 9 to just round out the PlayStation Final Fantasies, or maybe finally getting around to getting a remake for Final Fantasy 9 or 6.
Yeah, but I would love to see what they would do in remaking those first games. Especially the first one. Because the graphics on the first one is just so old school.
This is true, but they kind of did do the remake with the handheld releases for, what they were at the time.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, my eyesight's not that great. Not small screen is a royal pain.
Considering Final Fantasy is such a long franchise, you're asking kind of a lot for them to remake all the previous ones. Plus the fact that Rain is not a big fan of Final Fantasy V, so he would definitely not want a remake of that one.
I don't remember Final Fantasy V.
That was the one with the job system and Barks.
Oh, yeah, because that's very much like the very first one.
Uh-huh.
The first one was the job system.
I wouldn't care if they do, I just wouldn't buy it. And it's gotta come after Final Fantasy VI.
Now, I like Final Fantasy VI.
No, he's saying he doesn't like Final Fantasy V. If they were to do a remake of it, he would want them to do it after Final Fantasy VI. He wants his 6 remake first.
I want all 6 of them first. I mean, they're such, in a lot of ways, they're a lot smaller than the newer games. Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10-2, and all of them. They could probably put that all in one disc. Or do like they did with the Final Fantasy IV After Years. Ooh, yes, I I like that. Maybe they could just put Final Fantasy 16 on the back burner and redo the previous ones. Yes, that would be awesome.
Okay, so I got the spells I want. I got some to work with, and I got some healing spells. Oh, but it didn't give me the item I wanted.
Ooh.
I needed a
Yeah, I remember us having to, in order to get the item we wanted, we would replay over and over and over again.
Yeah, he drops an item called the spider web, which teaches Quistis a new, a blue magic, which is her limit break. Her limit break is learning enemies' skills.
And that wasn't the only monster that did the spider web, though, was it? That dropped the spider web? Or couldn't you get it someplace else?
So, here is the nice little joy of having the booster of infinite HP and stuff. It also triggers the limit break, so I'm going to show off a limit break here right now with the new graphics. Way to go, Cyclops. There's the spider web. Let's see, status. Yep. So, the special, it pertains to her limit break. So, as you can tell, we have a lot of space for a lot of skills for her to learn.
I thought you didn't get the spider web.
I got it the second time around.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Junction of Magic, now pay attention. I'm not gonna bother with this one, because I already know how to do it.
Yeah, you're a royal.
When I go and actually do a full play of this game, I will actually cover the tutorials.
Do you, when you do your playbacks, or when you do them from the beginning or whatever, do you do like I taught you, where you go and get everything?
Yes, I try and do my absolute best to get everything. This is the first kind of Final Fantasy that I've actually covered on a stream, so... Other than Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
Right. Objective, to obtain...
14 lost, so I'm not going to ever play that game.
Yeah. Objective, to obtain a low-level GF, a seed member must support. Are you ready? Yes. I'm ready. I am his support. Instructor number 14, Quistis Trapi. Select a time limit. Choose one suited to your abilities. Challenging yet reasonable. So we're going to try and do this in 10 minutes. Very well. Good luck. So we got 10 minutes once we enter to get to and defeat the GF. Which, I'm going to show off a couple of GFs here. My job is to support you in battle. Everything else is up to you. Fine. You know the boys often choke on this test when I come with them. I guess my charm makes them nervous. Whatever.
What question does Strawberry have?
I don't know. Or maybe she was gonna ask the question of what whether or not it was gonna cover the tutorials at some point.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so whose summon should we show off for this fight? Oh, she was gonna ask if you could play, if you were gonna play Final Fantasy 14.
No, because it costs too much money and I can't afford it. It's like I've never played Final Fantasy 11 because it costs. I don't even have the game. I did have it, but I ended up giving it to somebody else who gave it to them as a Christmas present because they were more than willing to pay out the money to be able to play it. But I can honestly say there's only one game I have never played.
That's the reason I'm on hiatus for 14. She can't afford it right now.
Yeah. And I totally understand that one. How come they were blacked out? When you pulled up that draw.
Because I've already got 100 of them. I can't.
Oh, okay.
I can't carry anymore.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well it says I should use an ice attack for these guys, but I don't have any ice. So we're gonna show off Shiva with the new updated graphics.
May I ask if Strawberry is male or female?
Strawberry's a girl.
Okay.
There is Shiva.
You were calling Strawberry a guy here for a while. You were just saying he. So that's why I was curious.
I was talking about Rain.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Strawberry. Rain's a guy?
Yes.
Okay.
There could be a lot of confusion in the name of Rain.
Strife, didn't you offer a month for me?
I had made the joke that I was gonna try and help her get her FF14 account back up and running because she wants to play but she can't afford it, and I've been doing a lot of story content that she wants to do but doesn't want spoiled.
Ah.
So it's just like, oh, I'll see what I can do about helping you out with a month.
Why hadn't I help her? Because I like watching you play it. Sometimes.
Okay,
I'm
so
really involved and I can't keep up.
guess I was right. You and Cypher are in a class of your own. You both have potential. Alright, so I got about 6 minutes to try and beat this guy. Any guesses on who this is?
I don't remember.
Hello. Hello, Ifrit.
Is that Ifrit?
That's Ifrit.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Alright, now we have the boost! So we're gonna try and boosting Shiva. They have Shiva? Yeah, that's not all we've got.
Good. I like these graphics. They could improve, definitely.
Let's see, how much left you've got, Mr. Ifrit? 640, huh? Okay.
And of course, you can't use your GFs again, right?
Nope, they have their own HP bar, so as long as they're not dead, they can be used.
Okay.
This was probably one of my favorite interpretations of Shiva, though.
Yeah, she's pretty. Actually beautiful. But then I adore Shiva anyway.
Oh shit! Oh!
Your fault.
That
baby.
that lariat, man. That was just mean, man. You didn't have to go there. $163. Strawberry wants to know if you've played Final Fantasy 15, Mama Strife.
No. I have not played. I stopped playing when my son moved to Washington, so I have not played anything past Final Fantasy X.
So,
you can call me anything you want, darling.
So the fun thing about this fight is this actually goes towards your seed exam overall score. The less amount of time you can have on the clock when you finish Ifrit will actually help you out. So if you can get it between 0 and 7 seconds, that is the best score you can get.
Absolutely. Definitely don't call me late for dinner.
So we're gonna let the timer run here a little bit because I got a little time to work with.
I'm sorry, I was reading the questions or what, Strawberry. What did you say about the time on the clock?
This particular thing can go into your seed exam, determining one of your factors. The less amount of time that you have on the clock when you defeat Ifrit gives you the better rank. And the best rank you can get is the timer has to be somewhere between 0 and 7 seconds.
Okay.
But if it hits 0 during any point of the fight, even during the closing animation, the celebration, you'll game over.
Yeah.
So you've got to time it just perfectly.
Okay, well, make sure you time it perfectly.
I've never actually tried going for the 0 or 7 second mark, so.
How long does the closing animation take?
Right. Alright, let's give this a try. Seven seconds.
I saw. Wow.
It was at 7 seconds when it dropped, when the animation ended. So as long as it's between 0 and 7, with 7 being included in that, I'm fine.
Nice. That was perfect timing. You started that, what, at 44 seconds?
Roughly. Okay, so now we have Ifrit. There's definitely a lag a little bit in some of the control schemes, so gonna have to work on that one. But we now have a new summon, which I will show off probably once we get out of the fire cavern, just to make sure I don't heal anything.
Oh, that's right. Ifrit heals, doesn't he?
There we go. Yeah, so they did enhance the graphics, but there's a slight lag in that limit break portion right there, so gotta relearn how to do that one. But yeah, just the fact that you can actually see faces now is probably the biggest improvement.
I think the graphics and the background and everything is really, really good. I don't remember it being so clear.
So, I want to do the CD exam just because of the fact that it's got probably one of the most epic musics that came out of Final Fantasy VIII. One of two, depending on who you talk to. Damn it! I was so close! So close, damn you!
Soundtracks, but I think the first time I ever knew you liked soundtracks was Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, there was so much good music in 7.
Yep. And I knew that one was your favorite because you used it for ringtones.
Yes, Strawberry. You will expect epic music. At least I think it was pretty damn good music. Okay, so we're pretty much out, so I will, come on, there we go. So I'll do one more fight to show off the graphics of Ifrit, since my mom is going to absolutely love this, and see if Strawberry agrees that if Ifrit is a beautiful summon in this one. Alright, are we ready for the destructive force known as Ifrit? Oh, I got back attacked, you bastard. Here we go.
You gonna use Ifrit on that little bitty thing?
Yes. Yes, I am. He has a face. It's so weird seeing it with the face, and he looks like a pretty boy, too. It's so weird.
No, I don't want any roasted bug, thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Barbecued bug. Come on, get to the street. Okay, good. Yeah. The one interesting thing that I thought that was nice for them to put is if you're running or walking on a street, way, road, whatever, you won't get into fights.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
Okay, well done. Let's see. I thought there was something else I needed to go over with you before you take the seed exam. Oh yes, taking care of your GF. This is something you have to watch out for. So, another tutorial that I will cover when I do a full playthrough of this. Because I will do legit full-on draw segments, so this way I can get the spells that I need to boost stats. And I will actually, like, try and explain the junction system a little bit better when I actually go and do my legit play of this.
You realize that when you do your legit play, this is going to be my walkthrough, because I can't read the strategy guide anymore. The print's too small. So I'm going to end up having this on a TV somewhere so that I can watch it when I need to have some help getting through.
Okay, I'm not going to complain about that. So we got to get Squall here dressed for his CD exam.
By the way, on Final Fantasy X, did you ever get the Blitzball tournament taken care of? Is that what we were supposed to get?
No, I did not finish that yet. And Strawberry says, so make sure you go through every book, which I know she means Nook, so I'm not giving you shit. Strawberry. Every nook and cranny, Strife. Your mama needs your help. Okay, and now we get the introduction of one of probably people's either most annoyed characters or favorite characters.
Are you gonna also do it on Final Fantasy X?
I don't know if I'll do 10, because right now I don't have a way to stream that one. The only HD copy I have of that one is for PS3. I don't have it on PS4.
Oh.
Zell
And you can't
Dinch.
stream on PS3?
I don't have the ability. The PS3 I have did not have the ability to stream, so I would need to get a special adapter to run it. So, it's a work in progress. I will try and do it at some point or another. Quite a lively fellow. And say hello to your fist fighter. Lively? He just sounds loud. Can I switch members? I'm afraid that's not possible. Over here, Zell. Oh, I'm with you.
Let me borrow whose? Borrow what?
I think she was suggesting the Final Fantasy X. Finding a way to let me borrow it so I could stream it.
Oh.
You don't get along with Cypher, don't you? Heard he whooped you pretty bad this morning. We weren't fighting, we were training. Bet you he doesn't think so. Look, Cypher's just being a pain in the ass. All you have to do is ignore him. That's none of your business. Excuse me, but
I didn't know they made Final Fantasy X and X-2 for the PS4.
they did a re-release of it for PS4 users because technically it came out for PS3 and Vita about the end of their lifespans. In terms of they don't really put out much in the way of PS3 games anymore. So they did a re-release of it on PS4 since PS4 was the in-game, the in-console.
So that's why they're considering doing 7, 8, and 9 for the PS4.
Well, they've already done an HD remaster for 7, 8, and 9, and it's based on the original Final Fantasy releases, just with updated graphics. So like what you're seeing here with this one. Final Fantasy VII has been begged for a remake for about 18, 19, 20 years. That Square finally decided, okay, fine, we're going to give you a full-on remake. And there has been touch-and-go rumors that Square Enix has said, you know, because they're a cash cow, if it does well enough, and it's well received, and people invest the money into it, and they like it, they would consider either doing remakes of 8 and 9 to complement all the Final Fantasies that they released on PlayStation, or they would give a full-on true remake to Final Fantasy VI. One or the other. That Cypher you're talking about, he's your squad leader.
13's not on PS4?
Nope, it was PS3 and Xbox 360.
Oh, okay, that's why Okay. And I've got it for the PS3, right? Not the 360? Okay.
Fujin and Raijin tagging along as usual. Guess that makes up the whole disciplinary committee.
Final Fantasy VI. Who's in that one?
Terra, Locke, Cyan, Shadow, Edgar, Sabin, Celeste, Strago, Realm, Setzer, Maud, Gaw, Gogo, Umaro, Kafka, Leo, Gestal. Who haven't I named yet? Oh, Bannon. No,
okay,
I don't like Final
Fantasy VI.
Yeah, I don't like Final Fantasy VI, in case you haven't figured that out.
I thought you did.
I'm being a smartass mom.
Uh-huh.
I just named pretty much every single key character from Final Fantasy VI, and then I'm going to follow it up by saying I don't like Final Fantasy VI. Okay then, good luck, Cypher. You clearly hate it. Add Instructor Treppy to the list.
It took me a while to remember it. But yeah, I would say Final Fantasy VI is another favorite of the Final Fantasies, at least up to the ones that I played.
Teamwork is of the utmost importance. Let's get through this exam, everyone. Listen up, teamwork means staying out of my way. It's a Squad B rule, don't you forget it. Everyone here, and here's Final Fantasy VIII version of Sid.
Okay.
It's been a while, everyone. How's everyone doing? The exam will involve 12 members from squads A through D. You will be proceeding to a real battlefield. Obviously, the battles are for real. Life and death, victory and defeat, honor and disgrace. Each of these go hand in hand. There's only one way or the other. How about it? Are you still up for it? You will be accompanied by 9 seed members. Should you fail, these members shall get the job done. They always do. Well, that's one less worry on your mind. The Pride of Balam Garden, the elite mercenary force Seed. Learn from them, obey their commands, and accomplish the mission. Prove yourself worthy of becoming a member of Seed. Best of luck. I don't think I like this, Sid.
I don't either.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't either. I'm not... He's too bookwormish.
He's the headmaster of a school.
I know, but he just looks too bookwormy.
Sid has pretty much been a giant nerd that knows how to fix machines and stuff in every Final Fantasy with the exception of Final Fantasy 1. That's pretty bookwormy if you ask me. Yo, Squall, show me your gunblade, will you?
I don't remember what Sid looked like in Final Fantasy XIV when I watched my son play it.
Come on, man. Just a peek. Fine. Yeah. Are you being so selfish, Scrooge? Say something, will ya? What's on your mind? Nothing.
Has anybody beaten a Blitzball in Final Fantasy X?
Although the Sid from 13 is completely different from the others. He's a badass in 14. I think in 12 he's actually a villain.
Say what?
I believe Sid is actually a villain in 12.
Has anybody ever beaten the Blitzball in Final Fantasy X?
Instructor. There's 2 Sids in 12. Who was the girl in the infirmary this morning? Was someone there? I didn't notice anybody. Is there a problem? No, not really. This is great. I have a chicken wuss and a guy who just reached puberty in my squad.
Yes, beaten Blitzball. I don't remember exactly what you're supposed to win, but if you beat Blitzball in Final Fantasy X, you're supposed to get something.
Oh, she's talking about have you won regular matches and stuff. 1 for the trophy, and 2 so this way you can get the power-ups and Wakka's ultimate weapon.
Yes.
Rain says he has.
Did you ever do a stream on it? Can you do a stream on it?
He doesn't stream.
Oh. I'm looking for a tutorial on how to beat the sucker.
You also didn't get to meet Biggs and Wedge until the last 13 game.
And 2 Sids in Final Fantasy. I guess the Sid from 13 was kind of a villain.
There are 2 Sids in 12. The Cid in 13 was kind of a villain. And you also didn't get to meet the notorious Biggs and Wedge until the last 13 game. Hi, Keistis. Well, these are the members of Squad B. Nice to meet you. Pleased to meet you. Cypher, how many times has it been now? Oh, I just love these exams. I'll explain the current mission situation and the mission. And Strawberry, incoming for awesome music. Be seated.
You realize watching you play this makes it to where I want to go and catch up on my Final Fantasy games, and that's why I'm asking.
Our client for this mission is Dalit Dukedom Parliament. A request for seed was made 18 hours ago. Dalit has been under attack by the G army since about 72 hours ago. 49 hours into the battle, Dalit abandoned their position in the inner city. Currently, they have retreated into the nearby mountains and are reorganizing their troops. That's the current status. Now, on to the mission objective. According to our reports, the G army is mopping up the Dalit troops in the mountain region. We're to make a landing at Lapin Beach. We're to eliminate the remaining G army within the city and liberate it ASAP. Afterwards, Seed members will intercept any G army forces trying to make their way into the city from the mountain region. I expect awesome music. I do not want to be disappointed. And Rain says one of the keys to victory in Blitzball is the jet shot.
Yeah. I don't remember how to do that one now, so I'd probably start all over again from the beginning.
You also want to play in manual mode. So, what are we supposed to do? Seed candidates are to eliminate the G army inside the city. Sounds important. Sounds boring.
I'm going to write this down.
So what you're saying is we do all the little dirty work.
Because I'm going to get you the Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2 for the PS4 so that you can stream it, so that you can be Blitzball and show me how to do it.
We're almost there. We anticipate a battle as soon as we disembark, so just be prepared. That's all. Any questions? Talk to Keistis. First real battle, I'm getting pretty nervous. Better not piss in your pants. Huh? You talking to me? Bastard. Okay, enough talk. We'll be landing pretty soon. Get ready. Roger. Alright. Yeah. Well then, Squall, go see what's going on outside. Okay. Good, because it's my order. Okay, so I'm gonna torment everybody here. I'm gonna torment Strawberry. And I'm gonna make you wait for the epic music, and I'm gonna step away for a second. I'm so mean when I do this. I always do this. I did this to her during my Bloodstained stream. There was one part that her and Synthric were so interested in me going to, and then I made them wait a few minutes for it so I could use the bathroom and everything.
Ah. Oh. Okay. Rain, hold on a second so I can copy this. Eject shot. Manual. Mode.
We're back. Are you forgetting your nickname for me? Deathberry, or was it Darkberry? I'm literally just glaring at my phone right now. Okay, Strawberry, we're back. We're back. Okay. So this is probably one of my favorite music tracks that came out of Final Fantasy VIII. I have the soundtrack. This was called The Landing. Are you ready for music awesomeness, Strawberry? I think this scene should be very familiar for you, Mom.
Why is Strawberry glaring at them right now? Okay, I got it all typed in so that I can go look back at this when I go do Final Fantasy X again, Rain.
Alright, you are to secure the central square. Be sure to equip your GF before you head into battle. Let's move out. Alright, so let's go ahead and give something to Zell. I'm not going to bother giving anything to Cypher because he's not going to be in the party long enough for it to matter. Alright, so let's go ahead and speed this up a little. We gotta get Zell some spells going on here.
Oh, and fire some good fighters, okay.
This does make drawing a lot easier, in my opinion.
Oh, yes he does.
Been doing it for years. Come on. Keep them coming.
What'd you do? Close your eyes, Strawberry?
Maybe.
Oh, I'm not going to agree with that one.
Man, I should have spent the money I used to pre-order 7 to buy me a few months of 14.
I'd gladly give up 14 to get 7.
This was probably the most tedious part of the Final Fantasy VIII game, in my opinion, just because you had to get 100 of a spell if you really wanted to benefit from the stat boosts. Because the more you had of the spell, the better your stat got boost. Yeah, Strawberry says she always closes her eyes the first time when she's listening to music, just so she can really take it in and not be distracted by anything else.
Yeah, I forgot that she hadn't played 8 before.
Well, this will be posted to YouTube, Strawberry, so you can always go back and watch it. Alright, one more spell, then I can kick the crap out of this guy.
Thank you, Rain, for the tips on beating Blitzball. Yes, he's planning on playing it again.
Yes, I do plan on replaying the whole thing with actually covering the tutorials and everything. but for the part that I want to get through, I want to at least make sure I survive it, so...
Well, I don't know if my son has told you, but I'm very OCD about getting everything and beating everything. And since I don't have him here in order to do it for me, I gotta figure out how I'm going to do it. And it'll take me a blue moon to get it finished.
So we're gonna show off Cypher's limit break here. Yep, a lot of my OCD tendencies I got from my mom.
Hey, I can remember when you first started playing Nintendo. You were 2 years old.
Indeed I was. So, is anybody interested in seeing Zell's limit break?
Yes. I'm interested in seeing all the limit breaks if you do them while we're playing. For the time you're allotting me today.
Alright. Okay. So if I remember correctly, I can keep this going for a full 4 seconds.
I always have a problem with the eject shot. Yeah, when I get around to doing it again, getting set up and everything, I will probably start from scratch again. It's not going to be as much fun as when he played it with me. Because I'm not as hand and eye coordinated as he is, and it makes it a little bit harder for me.
So, I'll point this out again when I do my full playthrough of this one, but the other thing is, for this part of the exam, you actually lose points if you talk to any of the NPCs, so which is why I'm not bothering to talk to any of them.
I don't remember that.
Yep. If you talk to any of the NPCs, you lose points.
Oh, for... what is it we're doing now?
This is the seed exam.
Oh, okay. But later on, we can go back and talk to them.
Yep, you lose points for talking to them.
But you can go back and talk to them later.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, now I can actually, I will actually show off the end of Zell's limit break here. Zell has 4 limit breaks. I only have access to one of them right now, but here's the first one.
It's only because of the exam, Strawberry. Once the exam's done and you've got the seed exam done, we can go back and talk to them.
Chicken was that, bitch! Because it's an exam, you're supposed to basically follow orders and secure stuff as quickly as possible. So, you're not supposed to talk to anybody because you're not securing the central square as quickly as possible. So that's why you lose points on your seed exam. If you talk to them.
Just like if you were in school, you're not allowed to talk to your partners or anybody there. And yes, that was a very nice limit break. You know, I thought I was going to be able to play my game on my phone, but I have fun talking to everybody.
There goes the epic music.
Did you ever tell them how we started you on doing the looking for everything because of Castlevania?
Your challenges?
Yes.
I think I may have covered that at some points. When I played games enough times, I got very good at doing them, and I was trying to find new ways to challenge myself. So my mom would throw down challenges like, alright, well, you're playing Castlevania. Try and play and beat the game without suffering a game over. And then if you're good enough at doing that, try and see if you can beat the game without dying.
He would turn the horizontal hole, four or five different images up on the screen, and then I would offer him a challenge to go through without losing a life in that horizontal screen. I was always coming up with something.
Yeah, especially considering I was playing with the controller upside down.
Yep, that was something that you. We thought about getting him a job with Nintendo. Of course, this was back when you could call them and they would tell you how to do something on the game.
Yeah,
now you get strategy guides.
They had a help hotline.
Yep, they did.
That's it, I can't take it anymore! What is this? Some kind of dog training!
I would usually call them after I'd tried for a week to get through things. And heck, even at 4 years old, I was having him try to get through things. You still play with on the regular Nintendo, you still play with the controller upside down, don't you?
I haven't played on a regular Nintendo in a while, let alone had access to a controller, so I can't say for sure whether or not I would find it comfortable anymore.
Okay.
Where the hell are they going?
When my son first learned to play, he was 2 years old, and I'd sit him in the car seat so I could take a nap because I worked and went to school at the same time and everything. So I'd be taking a nap. So in order to watch him, I'd sit him in front of the TV, put him in the car seat, give him the Nintendo, and he would play Mario Brothers, the very first Mario Brothers. And for some reason, he decided to play with the controller upside down. And he got to where he could play that game from beginning to end. And he did that with Castlevania, and I think those were the only two games that you did that with, wasn't it?
I know Castlevania for sure.
Yeah, I know Mario Brothers, definitely, the first Mario Brothers. I don't remember ever Mario Brothers 2 or 3.
Any game that I played on Nintendo and Super Nintendo, I played with the controller upside down.
Oh, that's right, you did play the Super Nintendo with the...
Mm-hmm.
I forgot that. I did not remember that.
So,
but he learned to do those things because I couldn't afford to get the new systems that were coming out or new games at the time. So he would learn to do things, and he'd play the game so many times that I have to offer him challenges. Just so he wouldn't get bored. And like I said, he was my babysitter. And that's only on the regular Nintendo, Strawberry.
And Super. Yeah, the way the controller started getting built at that time, it made it really awkward to play with the controller upside down. So, imagine playing with a PS4 controller like that.
You probably could if you started it at 2 years old.
Rain's like ... No. That hurts my brain.
a weird son. But I love him anyway.
So, since the funniest part about this whole mission here is this is the first time we get to see, and Strawberry brought it up, we'll get to meet the Final Fantasy VIII version of Biggs and Wedge. Who are you? Are you alright there, Mom?
What?
Are you alright?
Yeah. I just swallowed wrong.
Don't worry, we're seed candidates. We've been dispatched by Garden. So what's going on up there? The Galbadian soldiers have entered the communication tower. On top of that, that nest has always been a nesting ground for monsters. If you
I don't
guys...
mind having twins. Yes, I'm okay. I just got a little out of breath. That communications tower was a royal pain in the rump to get through. How many times did we go through that?
Quite a bit. You should stop playing games and watching streams at the same times. But it's so much fun to do that, Strawberry.
Yeah, I found out I couldn't do it.
I know my roommate can't do it. He's already said that he doesn't multitask well.
I used to, but I can't no more. Now I can play games and talk on the phone at the same time.
Well, it's because you used to do that for a living.
And yes, it was. Remind me again, my son. I can play Wii games on the Wii U, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Cypher.
Well, as long as it's paused, you can. And then you can get back to it when you're done watching the stream.
Well, see, the problem is depending on who she watched, like, I try and typically keep my streams down to like 2 or 3 hours, but, our mutual friend, Father Satan, aka Centric, he, depending on what he's playing, will go anywhere from 2, 3, or 10 hours.
Really?
Yeah, he's notorious for going long.
Well, if you're playing the game at the same time that he's playing it, I guess it would be okay.
Oh my god, you killed Cypher! Oh well. Do not, even Strawberry in all capitals, do not get me started on Centric streams.
Depends on what games he plays.
He plays a variety of games. He takes requests from people, and he plays games that he wants to play at the same time as well. He's not a big fan of horror games, but he played the Resident Evil games.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Any of the ones that he could stream, he streamed them. His
Holy! Wow!
His
13 hours?
Yep. The generator is up and running. No problem with the boosters. Huh? The hell are they doing? Cable disconnection confirmed. Beginning exchange process. Roger. Repairs? Who cares? This must be your first real battle. You scared? I don't know. I try not to think about it. I love battles. I fear nothing. You're dead. The way I look at it, as long as you make it out of a battle alive, which you did not, you're one step closer to fulfilling your dream. What? Your dream?
I don't think he made it at not being up so late.
You have one too, don't you? You even started early to not be up so late. Sorry, but I'm gonna pass on that subject. Yo, let me in on it. Yeah, he was still up until 10 in the morning. Mind your own business. Freaking hell!
That's not as bad as me and my son.
What's the matter, Zell? Swatting flies?
We'd start as soon as he got up, and we'd be playing till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And that could have started at 10 or at noon.
There you are. And hi, Selfie.
So I think we played more than 13 hours. We just weren't streaming at the time. Actually, he'd only give up because I got tired.
Are you Squad B? I am a messenger, named Selfie, from Squad A. The squad
Which
captain Cypher, right? Where is he?
Because I only sleep 6 hours, and I'd get up well before he would the next day. And I had to sit and wait for him to wake up so we could play some more.
One of these days, I'm gonna tell you about my romantic dream. This sure is tough. Captain, wait up!
Hey, it's okay if I talk while you're reading that, right?
Yeah, if you want. I just try not to read while you're talking, so this way I don't drown you out.
Oh, well, you're not, as far as I know, you're not drowning me out here.
Well, for anybody listening.
Oh, okay.
What took you so long? It would have been much quicker if you just jumped. Much quicker? Please. You wouldn't normally jump off a cliff, okay? Ain't that right? Yeah, I guess so. I guess you wouldn't normally jump that. I don't know. Well, anyway. Let's get going. Has everyone equipped GDF? You haven't forgotten, have you? And now we have Selfie in our party, so we're gonna take Ifrit off him.
Where's Quistis?
She's at the beach waiting for us to get back. She can't help us on this because it's our test and she's already a seed.
Oh, okay. I forgot that part.
So this is the communication tower. Sure is big. That's what she said. No, she did. It was Selfie that said it. Cowards. Hey.
Man, there's an awful lot of lag time.
The captain's getting away. There's a lag time of like 10 to 15 seconds between what I'm doing and then what they're able to see. Did he pull up? Hey, Squad B captain. Ah, damn it!
By the way, you're getting scraggly again.
Just a little bit.
I just noticed how long your beard was.
I can't get mad because it's true, but boy, can I be annoyed.
Mad.
Selfie, in my opinion, had probably one of the most annoying limit breaks I've ever seen in a Final Fantasy.
I don't remember her limit break.
Her limit break was Magic Shuffle.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Final Fantasy VII, they had the limit break that I could not stand, and I tried not to use their limit break. I tried not to have them in my party at all. I can't remember which one it was.
I think it was Kate Sith.
Yes, the cat that was in there. Yeah.
And Tifa, because you didn't like the slots on her limit break.
Was it Tifa?
It was Tifa and Kate Sith, because Kate Sith's ultimate limit break basically had him rolling a slot. And Tifa's had a slot for her limit break too, and that got annoying for you because if you got hit, you did regular damage. If you got, you got critical damage, but there was too much of a chance to hit and miss while trying to go for and you were always trying to go for
Okay.
So, it wasn't until you got to 8 that you really started hating the limit breaks a little bit because of how interactive they were.
Yeah.
Zell, you had to do button commands. Selfie, you had to use switch between till you found a spell that you wanted. Squall. The only really thing you had to remember with Squall was remembering to push the R1 at the right time to increase the damage output.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't mind choosing the spells, but I hated whenever it had slots in it. And pushing all the buttons. I was never quick enough. Usually you had to do it for me. Which if I play that game again...
It's got a...
You here?
Retrain yourself, mother! You can do it, I have faith in you.
Yeah, but, I can't remember. You had to do it in a certain amount of time or you lost the limit break, didn't you?
Depending on the Final Fantasy you were playing, because the conditions for the limit break varied from Final Fantasy to Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy VII, it was, you had to wait for your limit gauge to build up, and then, as long as you didn't die, you had it. Final Fantasy VIII, with the minor exception of what I'm doing right now, your limit break only showed up with a use of a spell, or the closer you were to death.
Yeah. But no, I mean, who was it that you had to use the buttons to put in the commands?
Zell, you had to do buttons.
Okay. And didn't we have a time limit on how quickly you could get the buttons pressed?
On Zell, you did.
And that's where I had the problem. I couldn't do it quick enough. My eye-hand coordination wasn't good enough. Not as quickly as you. But I guess if I play Final Fantasy VIII again, which is not going to be for a while. Because I want to get 10, 12, and 13 done. And 15.
Yeah, I also want to do 15.
That'll be one time that I won't be watching any of your streaming if I haven't played 15 yet. Because I don't want spoilers. Because you know me, if I see the end of a game, it'll take me forever to forget it.
Yeah, I know. Alright, so Selfie's got some spells for Junction.
Like 15, if I saw spoilers, would be if you were playing it with me.
Yeah, I'm also wanting to do a lot of the other Final Fantasies I haven't played, because I actually own a Final Fantasy that I've never played. I have no idea how it plays.
Which one?
Final Fantasy Type O.
Oh, yeah, I got that one, don't I?
I think so.
Yeah, I haven't played that one either.
Okay, so...
You know,
Wow, this lift is pretty cool. Don't get too excited or you'll fall. Like I'm really going to. So, hey, Strawberry. Meet Biggs and Wedge. Major Biggs. There has been a report of a monster-shaped shadow on the top of the tower. Major Biggs? Be quiet, I'm busy. This goes like this, and... Jeez, what's with these crappy old tools? And why do I have to make all the repairs? Ah!
Strawberry, you ought to check out some pawn shops. You might find one that'll let you do a layaway system.
Sir, I'll check around while the repairs are being done.
Cheap.
Let's see. Put this here, and... This goes here, and... There, it's complete.
Or heck, even the used computer stores might have them fairly cheap, and they might have a layaway system for you. Because that's how I got my laptop from a pawn shop. This laptop would have gone for well over $1,000. That's why I suggest the pawn shops. You don't have to save for it. You pay so much each week.
Well, income. She's got bills and stuff to pay, so it's a matter of whether or not she can set money aside to actually be able to even afford to put it on a layaway.
That's true.
And make the payment so it doesn't get taken off layaway.
That's true. But the thing is, she doesn't lose her money.
Yeah, she says she lives paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, I know that feeling, dear. That's the way we live, too.
What do you think you're doing? Huh? Likewise, mister. What do you think you're doing?
Although
Hey,
my husband's
what happened to
talking
the
about
soldiers down
maybe
below?
one of these years making me a gaming computer all my own.
Wedge, take care of these twerps. Wedge? Well, I seem to be done here, so I'll just be on my... I'm leaving. Move it. Move. Sorry to crash the party. Are you crazy? Just shut up. We get a boss fight against Biggs and Wedge. How does that make you feel, Strawberry?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Hey, at least you get refunds. I don't have dependents anymore.
Yep, we're fighting against Biggs.
Yeah, they were dumb. They didn't come on your side until after you beat the hell out of them. Is that a boss fight between Biggs and Wedge?
It's a boss fight against Biggs and Wedge.
Okay.
With one special little twist that I'll be getting to momentarily. Come on already. Just hit that 100, would you?
This remake's gonna be on PS4, isn't it? On 7?
Yeah. PS4 first, and then maybe to other consoles, but its first release is going exclusively to PS4.
They never made the PS4 to where it's backwards compatible, did they?
No.
Are they going to?
There's rumor that they might try for it with the PS5.
Oh, come on. They're coming out with a PS5?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Timed exclusive?
It's a timed exclusive. Timed exclusive means for a limited time it's going to be limited to only one particular thing. But then after that time limit runs out, they'll release it for other consoles, for other people who don't have said console it was originally released for.
Oh, okay. What's a PS26? I'm not gonna be up a line if they get it to 26.
Rain's making the joke of they're just going to keep going on and on and on and on and on.
I know, dear. I was just playing. Because I do love my games.
You're more of a point-and-click gamer these days, though.
Yeah, only because, like... Well, now that I have a PS4, I don't mind that it's exclusive. But if I still only had the PS3, then I would be really ticked off not being able to play the Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Alright, so now we'll actually do this boss fight. Because now it's time for the special little twist, Strawberry.
And since Zelda and Final Fantasies are my favorite games, it's really a pain having to buy all these consoles. I'm running out of room.
Bye, Biggs. Bye, Wedge. Meet our real boss.
Hey, that's Final Fantasy VII Remake. They have a thing where you have to play it, pay for it, right? I didn't hear you.
No, you're only paying for the game. You're not paying to play online.
Oh, okay.
But if we notice here, we have that. And we have,
yeah, I can see that.
there's Siren. We have our next GF.
Siren's kind of fun. I remember now what it was I disliked about the Final Fantasy VIII. Moving the GFs around. Choosing which person to put them on.
It was no different than the materia in Final Fantasy VII. You gave certain materia to people to make sure they had something.
I know, I wasn't crazy about that one either. Especially when you couldn't get those two materia. The one that Eric had.
Oh, and the black materia?
Yeah. Those two you... I can't remember, you had to do something certain to get them, but then she died before you could get them.
No, as far as I know, you were never able to get that materia from her.
Ooh, yeah, I'll go along with that. The issue that you had was just getting randomly stripped for you, yeah, I didn't like that either.
Man, Skull, you are really sucking at freaking drawing these stuff today.
Yeah, I agree.
Kinda near the end of the game.
What was that?
Strawberry's like, wait, what? They get taken away? You don't actually lose them, but it's like, if you put them on a certain character and then you didn't have access to that character for a while, you lost access to the GFs they had attached until they came back. I think that's what they're referring to.
Oh, that's one reason why you would read the strategy guide, and we would strip them of that GF before that particular scene happened, so that we didn't lose them. That's why you need a strategy guide, Rain. It'll tell you when you're gonna lose them.
Give me my 100, would you? Thank you.
From what I remember, when me and my son played the game, he would read the strategy guide and everything, because I can't remember which one it was, but I remembered losing certain things when you'd lose that character for a while. I think it was in Final Fantasy VI. And I learned to unequip them of everything. And I didn't care if they died in the battle or not, because I knew after the battle I was going to lose them. So I would strip them. Armor and everything.
Who's your favorite, Strawberry?
I can understand not using it initially. When I first started playing them by myself, I wouldn't use the strategy guide at first either. But then when I started playing with my son, I didn't like the losing of them. So it was like, nope, I'm gonna use the strategy guide. I want to know beforehand, because I don't like going back over and over and over again.
And here's my mom's favorite.
Shiva.
Come on, boost! 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 Ow! You suck, dude. Whoops, I think I did that wrong.
I did fire anyway. That's why I like Shiva the best.
Yeah, I think I screwed up on Zell, so... Yep. I screwed up!
You screwed up.
I forgot I had double on Zell, and I parked one of his fires on him. Yep, that monster just blew them away. Yes, they will be seen again.
I take it Strawberry's a Biggs and Wets fan.
They're recurring. They've been recurring characters since I think Final Fantasy 5 or 6. So they're kind of like, they've kind of got that status that Sid has. So where are they? Where are they going to be? When do they show up? How are they going to show up? They just carry that nostalgia.
Final Fantasy 2.
Sid's been in since Final Fantasy 2. But Biggs and Wedge started making their first appearance.
Final Fantasy 1 too.
Sid was not in Final Fantasy 1. Square Enix has even confirmed this, that Final Fantasy 1 is the only Final Fantasy Sid was never a part of.
Really? I could have sworn there was a Sid in Final Fantasy 1.
Excuse me,
He was
orders.
He was an NP person, I think.
All seed members and seed candidates are to withdraw at 1900 hours. Assemble at the shore. Withdraw? There are still enemies around. I know, but I'm just a messenger. An order to withdraw takes priority. I don't want to miss the vessel. What time did you say?
Final Fantasy 1 again.
Like I said. All seed members and seed candidates are to withdraw at 1900 hours. Assemble at the shore. 1900 hours? We only have 30 minutes. You got 30 minutes to get down to the shore. You better run.
There's chocobos in this, I believe. I don't know about...
Yes, there are chocobos, but I do not recall any Moogles. And now...
You know, I really hated when it was timed.
Oh yeah, Synthric has nightmares over this stuff too. If it makes you feel any better.
Who?
My buddy Synthric. He does not do
okay.
well in timed sections either. But this will be
I don't think there were any cactars or tunberries either.
There are cactars and toonberries. There's even summons. There are summons. There's a cactar summon and a toonberry summon in Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh, I don't remember that.
And for the final thing of Final Fantasy VIII that I'm going to cover today, which I should probably make sure I'm healed. Well, I'll do that in battle. And I'm going to show off the Siren Summon, so let's see if this tickles your fancy, Strawberry.
Ooh, I hate it when Doom got cast on me. And I agree, it was definitely panic time. And luckily I had my son around.
This was also the Final Fantasy that introduced Diablos.
Oh, that's right, it was.
Alright, Strawberry. I hope you're ready for this. Say hello to Siren. Aww, he fell down.
I'm not seeing Siren, I'm seeing Ifrit.
Okay, time to leave. Siren is your new favorite. And probably the next best music. I thought we already busted this thing up. Forget it, let's go! So, for the best points off the exam of this, you can only fight this guy once during that one fight right there. Don't talk to anybody, and make sure you rescue the dog on the way out.
Where was the dog?
Damn it!
What?
I didn't want to fight this guy a second time, so I'm gonna lose points on this, but...
Why?
Because you're only technically... You can avoid him, and only have to fight him that one time.
Yeah.
And because it wastes time to fight him, you want to fight him as little as possible. Question, are there save points or can you save anywhere? There are save points. You can save on the world map anywhere you want, but when you're in like a town or a dungeon, you obviously have to use the save point. I just haven't bothered using any, because I really hadn't planned to keep this file, since I was planning to do a full-on legit playthrough later on.
Which one are you doing now? Siren?
I just finished Quetzalcoatl. Run! And he's back up already! There's the dog. Goodbye, dog! Thank you! Come again! Oh, and to answer your question for remembrance of where Keistis is, Mom?
Yeah.
You're about to find out.
You gotta get the dog.
I've already got the dog.
Oh, okay.
Remember, you got a 10 to 15 second lag behind me, so... But this will answer your question on where Keistis is.
Okay.
Squad C, withdraw! Roger!
Better get your buttons moving. Okay.
She may use a whip, but she ain't got no problem busting out the big guns. It's about 2.5, going about 2.5 hours. How'd it go? Man, all they did was get in my way. Being a leader ain't easy. Safe.
Who said that?
Good job.
Cipher.
Where's Cypher? Just be back at the garden by sundown. You're free until then. Okay, dismissed. So at this point, we can go run around, look for items and stuff, and just kind of chill and grind, get spells, whatever we want to do. So, but once we go back to the garden, we'll progress stories. So, but I think that's all I'm going to cover for today. Like I said,
Okay.
I'm going to do a full legit playthrough. I promise of 7, the remake, 8, 9, 10 if I can manage it, Type O, 13, and 15. I just have other things that I'm trying to clear off the plate first. So, I got a Devil May Cry 4 playthrough, I've got Persona, and I've got Resident Evil 3 coming out here soon that I gotta be streaming, so with only having 2 days off, my time is limited. So, anyway.
So I got enough time to get caught up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got plenty of time. I'll probably I'm planning to stream the Final Fantasy VII Remake, but that's gonna be blind, and I don't know what the kind of changes they've done. So that's gonna be kind of interesting. She'll pass on the Resident Evil. Well, next Tuesday, if everything goes well, we'll be seeing the debut. As long as it doesn't get delayed, we will be seeing the debut of Persona 5 Royal on my channel. So,
I'll pass on the Persona.
it's role-playing.
Okay, maybe I'll check it out a little bit.
Okay. So, thank you, Mom, for joining me, and I wish I could do something better for you for your birthday, but this is about the best I can do to interact with you and kind of nerd out with you a little bit, so happy birthday, Mom.
Thank you, dear, and I love ya.
I love you too, Mom. And for everybody watching, thank you guys for tuning in, watching, hanging out, talking with me, talking with my mom, getting to listen to us rant and rave. Strawberry says, have a good day and happy birthday.
Thank you, Strawberry.
And I'm probably going to do a small stream a little later today since I didn't do one yesterday.
Thank you,
I'm probably going to do one later today. I'm going to break my rule that I wanted to do, and I'm probably, for Rain, going to finish Persona 5 Dancing. Finish the few tracks on that one and basically just call that good. I'll finish Futaba another time and maybe throw that into like a random selection. So I'll probably be doing that here in a little bit once I finish up doing some things that I was asked to do before stream. So until then, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, night, evening, afternoon, whatever you're doing right now, wherever you are in the world. I don't know what time it is for you, but whatever it is, whatever you're doing, I hope it's a good one for you. And I hope it's a good birthday from my mom.
Thank you, baby.
So until a little bit later, guys, remember, if you're gaming right now, and I know you probably are because I watch you when you sleep at night. I'm kidding. Remember to game hard or go home, and I will talk to you guys in a little while. Later.